Take 5 with Ricovibes, the ultimate in entertainment. Live interviews, social commentary, and so much more. Go tell somebody you're now locked into Take 5 with Ricovibes. This episode of Take 5 with Ricovibes is brought to you by...
The most talked about Friday night party goes down every Friday. Feel Good Friday. Each and every Friday night inside Bliss Lounge, featuring Atlanta's hottest DJs weekly with a guaranteed vibes. Free birthday sections plus lots of drink and bottle specials all night. To reserve VIP sections, call 404-304-9968. Everyone free with RSVP. Get tickets online at feelgoodfridayreturn.eventbrite.com. It's a vibe. Feel Good Fridays at Bliss Lounge, 5471 Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain.
What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Ricovibes, and welcome to another edition of Take 5. Now, I got a lot of love in the building. In fact, it's certified love. How are you?
That is so nice. You got my first and last name right.
Yes.
I'm doing well, Rico. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. You know, you've been around for at least 5 years that I know of. But how long have you been in Atlanta?
I have been in Atlanta for about a good 12 years
12
now.
years?
Yes, so
Okay.
I've been around.
Okay. How long have you been doing promotions in Atlanta?
Well, from day one.
From day
honestly,
one.
from
Okay.
day one when I started. When I came in, of course, I had to network, kind of get to know certain people, certain things, the good and the bad.
Right. Good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the ugly. Can't leave out the ugly.
Right.
But yeah, pretty much ever since I came. So like I said, yeah, that was, let me see, my first event that I did here was, well, considering my birthday party, I would say 2015. Okay. But I was here ever since about 2012, 2013.
So you're coming from, is it Orlando? Or is
Orlando, Florida. Okay. Yes, I am a Floridian.
So that's originally where you're from?
Yes, born and raised.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you have any Caribbean background or anything like that?
Yes, my father is actually Jamaican.
Okay.
From Trelawney, from Drohat. Trelawney, Drohat. So my father's Jamaican, my mother's African American. Okay. And they're Alabama. So yeah. So
wow. Have you been to Jamaica?
Honestly, no, I haven't. That's where I'm going to go.
You still haven't been to Jamaica?
I still haven't been to Jamaica. I tell you no lie.
That's bad.
It is. It is bad for business.
I'm not Jamaican. I've been there a bunch of times.
Right. Yeah. I would say I think it was more because of my upbringing.
Okay.
I wasn't raised with my family. My father had me till I was about 3.
Okay.
After that, I was in the system. So a lot of cultural and things that I should know. Right. I learned a lot of those things as I got older. Put it like that.
Got it. So what got you into promotion, though?
Oh, goodness. Let's say I'm going to go back probably to about 2007, 2008, up and around those times. I've always supported people, or if I see something and I like it, oh, we going to this, you know? And this was around the time where social media and, well, I'm coming from MySpace.
High Five, MySpace, High Five.
AOL, all of those things. So back then, you know, it was kind of, those were communication links, but people start flipping them into promotional links. See, so people would be like, oh, love, you're always out, you're always supporting, and you should do this for a business. And I'm like, business? I just come out and support the people and I go on by my... But then I was always into indie artists, upcoming artists. Gotcha. That's my first love, music. The upcoming artists, things of that nature. So my first event was a talent show. And it was called Orlando's Got Talent. Yes, I kind of bit the... you know, American Idol and American Talent. I did kind of bite that a little bit, but I said Orlando's Got Talent because it was always so much talent around me. I said, this has got to be showcased. Gotcha. So that's kind of how I started out the park with that. Okay.
And how did you start it in the Caribbean scene, though?
It all kind of went together. It kind of went together because honestly, yes, I was, you know, I call everybody, I can't miss nothing. Right. I have the American, I support the Caribbean.
You got the best of both worlds.
I got the best of both worlds. How can it get any better? Right. So, I always, when I do my showcases or concerts, I like to mix everything. So I reached out to some of my Caribbean artist friends that I knew, the Americans, and I put it together. So it was definitely a mix of artists from the beginning. Gotcha.
How do you find it here, in Atlanta versus, Orlando, the scene here versus there?
There. I'm gonna tell you, Rico, one of the main reasons what prompted me to move, because sometimes, in your home state or wherever you're from, sometimes you just really don't get, after a while, to the people, it might get a little burnt out. And I had a lot of people say, yo, love, Orlando, this is too slow for you. You need to be in California, New York, Georgia. And Georgia was one of the places that I'd already been thinking about from like 2000 when I was coming out of high school, but I never made those moves. So the real difference is the support can be different. So like I said, I was born and raised in Orlando, so they're going to support you so far. And then after that, it's like, oh, her again. We love you, love, but her again. So
you're never a queen in your own kingdom.
So it was time for me to move out. And I was actually granted the opportunity to move, and Georgia was where I decided to come.
Do you like it here?
I do. I do. The only thing I miss is the beach. I know there's the beach.
You're 5 hours away. You can drive to the beach.
Exactly. And I'm in and out of Orlando. So,
what was the first event you did here?
One of the first events I did here was honestly a showcase. Like I said, it always, artist is like my first love. So it was a radio station that I did affiliate myself with when I first got here. It was Hot Talk Radio, kind of more on the American scene, if you want to say. So I learned some things through them, and I did a showcase. So that was my first actual event. But when it comes to the Caribbean scene, because you gotta, it's not easy. It's not easy when you're trying to come. So I had to do my homework for like a good year and a half when I first got here.
That's a good thing though.
I was like, I was pulling up, see a flyer, grab a flyer, let me pop out. I'm standing in the background. Nobody know me, but I'm here because I'm just learning what I see. So my first birthday party here was in 2015. I did that at Red Hills over in Lithonia.
Wow. Do you like it though? Do you like the scene?
I do. I do. It has its pros. It has its cons. But overall, I love the culture. I love the culture. So some people be like, love, I don't know how you do it. You get knocked down and you come right back. Because it's just because I love the culture overall, because it's in me. When something's in you, it's in you.
Now you're multi-talented. You handle multifaceted businesses as well.
Correct.
Modeling is one of them.
Yes.
Talk about that side of your business.
Okay, so that side of my business, that actually came out after the artist. Because I would always have girls looking to be placed in different positions. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm coming out of Orlando. Like I said, a showcase was my first thing. But on the back end, I was doing, not me personally, I was running the show, adult entertainment. Okay, so I was setting up private events, private parties at different bars and clubs in Orlando. I was known to have the flock of girls. You see what I mean? So regardless if we
were you the madam, so to speak?
Ask the right person in Orlando. That's what they'll tell you. So
madam,
that was
love.
Yes. So that was another part of my field. Starting off with running those special events. I think one of the first things that I did on that level, I did a house party. And this is when I knew, I said, okay, love, there's something in this for you. I made almost $2,500 at my house. And I was like, is this what, I had about 3 girls. It was around Valentine's. I had the gentlemen. There was some with their wives, and I made it a very nice thing at my home, and it sold off.
That's what's up.
And it just sold off, and from there, that's when I knew, like, okay, love.
So how many girls do you have?
That's like the temp service, Rico. That come like the temp service. It's a revolving door. So it's no disrespect to any of the girls that I have worked with or that I am still working with. It comes and goes because people have a life.
Gotcha.
You know, so I can't, you know, they may be able to move this moment, not the next moment. They have kids, they have a husband, they have this. Because even me, I have to put things into perspective. Cool. My household always comes first.
Absolutely.
You see, so give or take, I have about a good solid 6.
Gotcha.
And there's still girls in Florida that I know I could call them, but I only call you if it makes sense.
Gotcha. What's the name of the agency?
Certified Modeling and Entertainment.
So everything is certified.
Everything is certified.
Wow. What's next for you though?
Oh wow, that's so funny that you asked that because I was just having this discussion with my daughter. I'm like, I'm supposed to be rich. I'm on the roads to riches. Right. But that's, you know, and this past weekend I actually got to host a show. Shout out LA. LA Style. Shout out to her. She booked me because I like to host. You know, I know some parties you're
good at it. I've seen
you have host on the flyer, but nobody says anything, or the DJ don't even want to.
The Caribbean scene, the host is different.
It's different.
It's a different meaning.
So that's why I say I love it because I know on this side, I know the differences.
Correct.
So it's like, and it's something that I love. So LA Styles, she booked me. She's starting a reality show. It's called the Battle of the Boutiques. So that was an opportunity for me to get certain models that I've dealt with involved, certain clothing lines that I've dealt with to put them on.
That's good.
And I was actually able to host. So my biggest thing, like you said, I like to host. That's where I feel like my niche is, regardless of what it is.
Right. You got an event, a year-to-year event coming up in December.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, Girl Code. I am all about the ladies. I know you know that, Rico.
Of course.
I'm definitely all about the woman movement, our woman empowerment, just woman business, small business, big business. I'm about that. Girl Code, I have to give respect due when respect is due. DWC. Shout out Flyer Page, Toya Famous, DJ Imp Love. You know, it was just basically I want to see the females doing their thing. Right. I want to go to events where it's ran by a full female because normally a lot of people don't know. I be on the back end of a lot of things that be going on.
I know.
So I just was like, it's time to let the ladies shine. Right. The selectors, the woman selectors, the DJs, whatever you want to call them, because I know so many, and I'm like, but most parties you go to is male dominant. Yeah. And I'm not taking nothing from the fellas, but this industry is a male dominant industry, and the women are, yes, they're coming out, but I promise you a lot of stuff that goes on, you may see a male, but I promise you it's always a female somewhere in the mix. Somewhere, even if they're referring to them wife when they go home. Right. Baby, what you think? Right. And then they present it.
Right.
But it's presented by a male. I want most things to be presented by a female. So that's where Girl Code came from. And a few collective minds got together, and all female DJ lineup party. Most of the hosts are females. But I like I said, I can't take nothing from the fellas. So I try to mix them into it as well. So
what year is this? How many years is this?
Oh goodness. You know what? Girl Code really popped off when COVID popped off.
Okay, so it's 2020.
Right. So like our first event, it didn't get to go because of COVID. So after that, after things kind of cleared up, so yeah, was that 2020? It's about 3 years now. Okay. I'm gonna say 3 years. We try to have a summer and a winter edition. This year we did want to do a summer, but pool things just didn't work out for us. But hey, guess what? December 15th, we are having Girl Code, Who Run the World Girls Camo Edition.
Who's the DJs on this one?
Okay, we have DJ Hypeness out of New York. Of course, it's a must. We also have DJ Badass Shay from right here in Georgia. Also Flawless. Shout out to the Flawless Movement crew. What is it? Mima. Yes. So she will be on it as well. And, of course, DJ Imp. Can't never leave DJ Imp out.
So it's not, and you know, folks, it's not a competition. It's it's a showcase.
It's a showcase of the women playing their music. Come and vibe. Buy a buckle, buy a drink, buy a beer, and it's just a vibe.
Where is it held this year?
This year it's going to be at the Count Club, also formerly known as Upscales, over off of Jonesboro in the Forest Park area.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. What else do you want folks to know?
Oh, what do I want you to know? If you are looking for quality, someone, like I said, whenever someone hires me for an event, I'm going to take it on as if it's mine. So if you're looking for dedication, you can find that in Certified Love. I promise you, I will make it worth your while, make it worth your money, whatever the case may be.
Let me just interject here because, you know, it's funny. Juggler and I had this conversation, and we were looking at you and we were saying, you know, you literally support everyone. And when I say support, I mean support. You don't ask for a ticket. You buy your ticket. You buy your table, your section, whatever the case may be. And for some reason, you don't get that same love in return.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's obviously that's going to change. You know, we want to make sure that changes. But I just want to commend you for the fact that you do understand the meaning of support.
Thank you. Thank you.
You understand what I'm saying? Because
you
do that from the heart. And I
yes.
think even though you will share a flyer, most people will share flyers, you know, let's keep it real on the reggae scene. Right. They'll reach out to you and say, oh, well, I shared your flyer. Can I have a ticket?
Right.
Can you put me out the door?
Right.
You don't do that.
No, I don't. And if someone, or if I do, that's just because, you know, like, it's coming from a genuine space. But outside of that, like, you know, I will support. Yeah, and when I mean support, like you said, it's whether it's sharing your flyer, because yes, sometimes I can't make it to everything because I say home come first. Correct. You know, and I work. People don't know, but people work. I damn near work 7 days a week. Right. So, you know, whether it's I'm sharing your flyer or, hey, I'm so sorry I didn't get to make it, but this is definitely something that I wanted to go to. So guess what? I still support, whether I send you something on the low, you know, or, hey, let me get a group of me and my friends that I know who are willing to come out, and we're going to buy a buckle. We're going to buy a table. We're going to do something, you know, and people be like, oh, love, but they don't return those type of favor. One thing that I've learned in life, and like I said, from my background, you just be surprised, like, sometimes it's not all about, you know, I'm more of a giver than a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I've been blessed. So for me, just to even sow $120 or $200 for the package or whatever, I sow seeds. There's a difference. Gotcha. When you and that's my support, is by sowing seeds, because you never know what's going to grow from that, a relationship, a network, a this, or even just your name mentioned in a room of opportunity. True. Those are the things that I take genuinely.
Gotcha. If there's a young lady out there that wants to become a part of your modeling CME agency, what do they need to do?
Basically, all you have to do, my main page for my modeling company is Certified Modeling ENT. All you have to do is just inbox me. Send me a headshot, body shot. If you don't have that, that's something we can work on. I know enough photographers. I know enough clothing brands, things of that nature, because I run into a lot of girls that, oh, this is something I want to get into, because it was something when I was younger, I wanted to be a model, and that dream was shot down for me. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like now that I'm older, I may not be able to, you know, do a lot of what I would like to do in it, but if I can put other people on and the knowledge that I have about it, that's what I will share. Okay. All right.
Well, folks, there you have it. Certified Love. Shout out to the folks you want to shout out to.
Oh, goodness. Yes. First and foremost, of course, I want to shout out my family. Shout out to my husband, my kids, all of my kids. Shout out Bad Gal Wanda. That is one of my biggest supporters.
Yeah, she's good peoples.
Good people. Y'all make sure it's all about Girls Are Players too. That's another female DJ lineup going down in Orlando.
What date is that?
That is November 17th. Okay. So that is Wanda's actual annual birthday party. It's an all-female lineup as well. Okay. And just shout out to all of my supporters, to everybody that have just supported me along the way. I wish I could name everybody, but you know who you are, and you know that it's genuine.
All right. Certified Love, my special guest today on Take 5. Do remember to subscribe to the channel. That's youtube.com/Ricovibes. I thank you.
You are more than welcome, Rico.
All right. And we'll catch you next time on another edition of Take 5.
This episode of Take 5 with Ricovibes is brought to you by
This one I be all I'm full of. Beg you take this one up from tower. We want Sundays I be all I'm full of. We want Sundays that coming in. Yeah, this is Luciano Messenger giving a big shout out to Rewind Sundays to be held on the 24th of September 2023. A date you got to remember. Messenger said that. This one I be all I'm full of. Rewind Sundays.